gamers. Switching it up, I've decided to pull out a game from my Nintendo DS collection. It's another Atlus title, but unlike the Persona games that I've showed so far, this is an Atlus title that was published by Atlus. There's two separate pathways for Atlus games. There are games developed and published by Atlus, and then there are lots of games that are primarily published by Atlus, and they may have had some involvement with the studios in partnership who have put some of the games together. For example, Sting and a lot of the games that they released on the PlayStation Portable. This game, Summer Night Twin Age, I don't know a lot about because this game is still sealed, so I haven't had a chance to play it. I do have several sealed Atlus games in my collection. I did have more which I had opened up and then later on regretted, for the simple fact that, as I've said before, prices of some Atlus games have gone up dramatically, especially for sealed ones. An example of that is the original Persona game, not the original Persona game, but the remastered version for the PlayStation Portable that I have a copy of. I bought that brand new sealed for a low price, opened it up, and then the price of that game went up and made me roll my eyes a little bit. The same can be said of Persona 2, which is in the background there. I have the special edition version, boxed version, which I bought brand new, opened it up, and then it went up in price. Some games I will open up simply because there isn't another way to play them, but with some of the games through emulation, there are ways to play them without having to open them up. So let's take a little look at Summer Night. I'll do what I've been doing so far. And just a reminder, these videos are not meant to be in-depth looks at the games, reviews or anything of that sort. It's just simply me pulling games off the shelf from my Atlus collection and having a little look at them and talking a little bit about them if I know anything about the games. And that's about it. There may come a time later on down the line when I get into talking about the games in more detail with some gameplay footage. We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to build up the momentum of releasing videos on a regular basis for the time being. So Summer Night, the little that I know about this game is that this game is a spin-off from the main series, and from what I've read, it controls a little bit like a Diablo style of game. So let's have a look at the back, read a little bit about what you can expect if you play this game. As you can see, it's still sealed. I got this at quite a good price, still sealed. Unleash the power of your stylus. The spirits of Claudona are acting strangely, and Rhea and the summoned beasts Aldo must seek the source of the corruption. Along the way they will battle fierce monsters, create conjure beasts, and forge special relationships to aid them on their quest. Full stylus control. Melee, magic and menus are controlled by a responsive touch-based interface. One of the lovely things about the Nintendo DS is that Nintendo, with a lot of games, either first party or third party, made full use of the Nintendo DS and the stylus. Dual playable characters, play as Aldo or Rhea and see two different versions of the story. And there's also wireless trading, which I'm sure doesn't exist anymore. So as you can see, Atlus on the back, Atlus on the front, as you often see if it's a US release, which this is. You can see in the top corner there. European games, European Atlus games were sometimes published in Europe by different publishers, and you would find Atlus only on the back of the cover or on the disc and manual and not on the front of the cover, as was the case with Persona 3 for the PlayStation 2, which I showed yesterday. It had Koei on the front and then Atlus on the back cover. So short and sweet for this one. As I've said, I don't know too much about Summon Night. At the moment, this game is going to remain sealed because I don't have another way to play it with the full use of the stylus. I don't want to play it on emulation and not be able to play it the way that it's meant to be played. I will catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there.